Hello and welcome back to The Inner Shift. I'm Payal Lal, and this is where we explore the journey of people who live with creativity, courage, and purpose. My guest today is someone who has worn many hats: actor, model, dancer, dog lover, and now the visionary founder of the Immersion Room Project, a space that blends art, performance, and healing in the heart of Gurgaon. It's a space that invites you to pause, to breathe, to experience life through design and creativity. She studied at the New York School of Acting. She has won Best Actress Award at the Indo-French Festival in February of 2023. She's been on the cover of the Kingfisher calendar and lots more. Without much ado, let me introduce you to Priyanka Karunakaran.
Hello, and thank you so much for such a lovely introduction.
It's all you. Let me tell you guys, the first time I met her, I only met her because of, as the founder of the Immersion Room Project. But from the very first moment, I told her she's amazing. Her energy is amazing. She's just amazing. And I did not know about all these multi-facets of hers until I actually saw her DP. And I was like, wow, it was, I think, a Tanishq ad of yours. And I was like, you're looking gorgeous. And she just smiled. Even then, she didn't tell me. And I think when I asked her to do the podcast and I was doing my research is when I was like, okay, this also. So, Priyanka,
Yes.
I love how your journey spans across such amazing talent. Okay, I want to hear from you who Priyanka is.
I think I'm just a combination of everything that I have loved to do since I was a child. I think the first performing arts introduced to me was by my mom. She enrolled me in Bharatanatyam classes, and that's where my love for performing, stage, expression, dance actually began. And
Well, today's episode we have Max, who's our guest, who refuses to leave us alone. So if you hear barks in between, the dog lover in Priyanka and me are just going to ignore. So
yeah, we're not going to put him inside.
he's not getting locked up.
He's not
today.
getting locked up.
So please ignore all the barks in between. Please come.
So I think the journey started over there with classic Indian classical.
Okay. In classical.
So I started my journey from there, and then there was no looking back. I realized that I love performing arts. I love being on stage. My life has been influenced actually by a lot of my gurus and my teachers. When you follow a discipline like Bharatanatyam or Kuchipudi, we have teachers who are extremely strict and discipline, and that really shaped my life. I think the way of my life has always been to work hard because I take it from those roots. And I realized at a very young age that I don't want to study. I'm not like someone who you could put in a room and give me books and be like, study from this and come and give an exam. That's not, but I think for me, worldly experiences shaped my life. And that's exactly who I am. I let the world or let everything that's happened to me shape me, and just like clay, taken shape of whatever's happened.
Because it all these different titles or roles that you've played, it all kind of seems to weave together into this whole story that is you today, right? And I feel each and every part must have played a part as well.
Yes. So from a very young age, I knew that I always wanted to be an actor and a model. I was very clear about that. I just didn't know how to get there. And getting there itself was a journey because it's not very easy. You're from Bombay.
There's so many.
There are so many people. There are so many people, and it's very difficult for you to actually put your foot in the door. And after you put your foot in the door, you have to use a lot of might to open that door. And once you open that door, you think things are going to get easier. It actually does not get easier. It just keeps getting tougher. It's like Mario, right? Every stage keeps getting
Level up.
But the truth is that with every stage that got tougher, the only thing that also got tougher was me. And I love the punches and the rejections because it all shaped me into who I am. I know how to take a blow on my chin, and I know how to stand up tall after that. And the best part is that I believe that uh, I enjoyed the process. I let it happen to me. I don't restrict anything. I'm not scared of failure. I'm not scared of rejection anymore. And when you come from a place like that, I think you begin to believe that life does not happen to you. Life happens from you.
So they say that, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And it's really made you stronger. Don't get fooled by her slight waif-like appearance. She's a powerhouse. I've seen some of her work ever since I got to know, and wow. So shaped you, and how,
Yes,
I would say.
absolutely.
Going back to your childhood, what do you think was your first love? Because I know you started learning Bharatanatyam at the age of 3 or 4.
Three.
Right.
Yes.
So what was your first love? Was it then dance, or was it the...
I completely think it was the camera. Just being in front of the camera was my first love. So I have this school picture of mine where we're all in our uniforms. You know, these little kids with oil on our hair and little pigtails, and everyone is like standing very straight and looking at the camera like the teachers have told them. But then you'll see like a sore thumb. I stand in the corner with everything. And I still have that picture with me, but it just reminds me of I didn't even know what was happening. Like कि एक group picture हो रहा वहाँ पे, and
It was just the color.
it was just like I saw, oh, there's a camera and game on, let's do this. So
And the camera loves her right back. 250 amps?
yes, I'm still counting.
And still counting.
I'm still counting.
And still counting. I am not even going to mention how old she is, because when I found out, I almost fell off my chair.
No.
So I'm not touching that at all. So tell me, has performing shaped the way you see the world?
Yeah, absolutely. Performing in front of the camera and performing on stage and just being a lover of the performing arts has absolutely shaped my world. I think when you're in front of the camera, you become extremely vulnerable, and you have to let go of all your inhibitions. And that's when you can completely emote in front of the camera, and the camera captures everything. So
The good, the bad, the ugly.
absolutely. And I think life is also such, right? So this is my biggest takeaway from being in front of the camera, that you need to be vulnerable, you need to be open, you need to let things happen to you. We tend to create a lot of boundaries around ourselves. We tend to restrict emotions. We don't emote as much as we should or we need to. But I think just being in front of the camera, even performing arts, even as an actor, right? You're constantly touching notes in front of you, which in real life you're scared to touch. You're scared to
Scared to even enter that space.
enter that space, right? Because you don't know where that's going to take you. Then as an actor, you are supposed to shed that layer. You are supposed to go there. You are supposed to dig deep. So it's almost like therapy when you're acting. It's very close to it, but still different because you're doing a job and you need to know when to
draw the line.
draw the line and when to stop.
So, tell me, do you think that performing and acting has helped you grow as a person because you've been able to explore your emotions?
Absolutely. The journey in front of the camera and the journey to reach in front of the camera, both of them have absolutely shaped the way I look at the world. But both at the end of the day, I think has just made me a better human. To be a good actor, you need to empathize with everyone's emotions in the room. Acting is is basically a reaction. When someone says something, you're reacting. That's what acting is all about, right? And how you react in real life is a choice that you make. And including in front of the camera, you could be playing a really, really bad person in front of the camera. But if you empathize with that villain and why they're doing what they're doing, your perspective changes.
Wow. Okay. From Chor nikal ke bhaga. So I'm not even going to start listing because there's so much. Any favorite? Just tell me any favorite memory with acting, with dancing, with performing. What is your favorite out of this entire gorgeous journey?
I think for me, the best part is actually the people who I meet, or people who I've met, kind of shaped my journey. A lot of directors, a lot of co-actors, producers, and I'm not talking about people who made it and were famous and who you see on the big screen, but I'm talking about girls who have moved to Bombay and moved alone and who fight and survive every single day. They truly inspire me. These are stories that go very untold, get lost sometimes. They see a lot of failure, they pack their bags, they go back home. But their journeys actually stay with me. And every time I work hard and I bag a shoot, every time I need to audition, you know, how many ever ads you've done, still need to start right back from scratch, right?
It's a very humbling experience.
It's very humbling. It's very humbling. So every time I get one, I'm not doing it just for myself. I'm doing it for every girl who's seen a dream and who did not see a way to reach there, but you know, you just believe that I can do it, and then you end up doing it.
That's what makes her that beautiful human being that I keep saying. No, that's really, really, really very beautifully put. And what is your message to those kids?
Listen, they have a fire that nobody would understand. I believe that I came from privilege because I stayed in Bombay. I have family in Bombay. So I would go back to my family, but they would go back to unpaid rent. They would go back to no food and living out on a can of juice maybe for the entire week.
Wow.
So to them, I say that I salute you. I salute your spirit. I have an immense amount of respect for them, and I don't have a message for them because they have been the ones actually messaging me and inspiring me throughout. I don't stand a chance to give them a message.
That is actually, you know, the mark of a very beautiful person and a very humble, grounded person. Seriously, I'm telling you, I mean, amazing. Okay, one last question of this journey, which is I have to say, right? The Indo-French Festival Best Actress Award.
Yes.
What are the memories with that?
The shoot was actually the memory with that. We shot in a real location in one of the chawls in Dadar.
Oh wow!
And that's the underbelly of Bombay, that
crime.
Yeah, which I've not seen, not lived in, and just being exposed to that entire environment. We shot with a lot of real people around, families who lived over there, and I think for me, more than the award, was the journey or the whole experience of our whole team and cast being over there. And I think the transformation happened to me once I reached the set. Till then, I was like doing lines of paper and creating images in my head. Oh, it's going to be like this and it's going to be like that, and you know, creating your backstory, doing your homework. But when you're used to going to a make-believe set, which is like in a Filmistan or somewhere. But this was in a chawl, so you're not. And suddenly you realize that everyone around you is not really acting. That's their reality.
Wow.
You know, and then to fit in over there and to become a part of their process, I think that's the most memorable thing in my life.
It really seems like acting or performing hasn't just been work for you. I think it's built you. It's really, truly built you, right?
Completely. You surrender to it. Like I believe that initially I would fight a lot of things, saying that I will only do this, and your ego, you have your own kind of ego battle happening in your head. I studied from New York Film Academy. I came with a little chip on my shoulder And I thought that I would just walk into a room and people would like be throwing work at me, but it was not like that. And it took me almost a year to understand that having some kind of a certificate or the best reel from a great academy does not really matter. And then you know that's when I think the change happens. Like when you're outside, break and deconstruct, and you let things happen to us. It has definitely shaped my life.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real, but you got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I've completely enjoyed it, and afterwards, it does not feel like a struggle anymore. It becomes like a way of life, and everything starts feeling very easy. Like you don't look at it like, oh, I don't think you can show me something and say ye difficult है. I think हाँ difficult है लेकिन कर लेंगे. I think I just have this attitude now कि what is not difficult, everything is difficult. We'll make it work, we'll do it. So I just carry that with me everywhere I go, and that's I think comes from the profession.
Wow, lot to learn here from this amazing woman out here. This one seems to be inspired by you. This entire whining was an act
For my attention.
and get another treat.
Oh, I see.
The performance was all for the
I
treat.
see.
Now that he's got it, he will settle down and
Nice.
sit quiet.
Good boy.
Okay, bringing this up. You're supposed to be a dog lover.
Absolutely.
And you're a fur mommy as well.
Absolutely.
So tell us how that has shaped.
Sky has changed my life. So I've grown up with dogs, pets, and we've always had not one but two dogs at home.
Oh, okay.
Right? But those were with my parents. And you know how it is. You're not taking care of your pets at that time. It's your parents doing all the work. You're just enjoying the cuddles and the loving, and then all the taking care is done by them. But after my parents' last pet, Rami, passed away, it was very difficult for me to get over that. And I said, I'm not going to do this. But Sky happened to me after I moved to Gurgaon. Yeah. So we adopted him, and I really did not want to adopt a husky. I was very clear that I wanted an easy dog, and I always wanted to adopt probably an Indie. It just makes more sense because you see so many on the road.
Absolutely.
I don't want to do that. But the NGO lady spoke to me, and I think mentally she's like, you are the right person for this.
So Sky chose you.
And he actually did. I said, bring him, I'll foster him. And when you get a good home for him, please take him away. You know, and I also just wanted to see how my husband was with the dog, or how my house helps would be with the dog, just as an experiment. And I think he really didn't have to do much. He just walked in. He walked around the house. And I was sitting on the floor. He walked around the whole house, and then he just came in and sat on my lap.
Oh,
that's it.
Story
over.
Story over.
That's it. I was like, he can't go back. He's mine. This is mine. This is. And that's it. I said that, and they wanted to. So they just came to visit the house,
check,
do a house check, and they were like, no, but we're taking him home. And I was like, this is it. No, you can't. And then from then on, I was like, bring him back. Like, luckily, it all went through smoothly. They got him back in a week or so. And
was it a tough week?
The first week? But no, waiting for him. Not really. Because I think I'm like, हाँ होगा तो होगा, नहीं होगा तो देखा जाएगा. I have that attitude with everything. So it was with him also. And with Sky, it's beautiful because actually it took me time also. Like, I love dogs, but I think it took me time for him and me to become one as a unit. Now he's everything. He's taken over my life. I'm a slave, right?
I'll tell you, there are aliens who have been sent here to enslave us.
Absolutely. Right? Like now I'm his slave. But it's taken us time to get there. It's taken him time. I think for him, the previous house that he lived in,
He was surrendered.
he was surrendered, like, and that was his money, you know. So I knew that he loved them, and I knew that he, as much as he was fun and he's a puppy and he's playing and all, I knew that in his sleep he would cry. He missed them, he wanted them, and it's taken him a year and a half to cuddle with me. And now he will be very upset if he does not get his morning cuddles. So it's taken us time to get there. And I remember this one day when I was praying. I finished my morning meditation and praying, and he just came in between of my prayer and sat next to me. And I felt like this message that like I almost felt like he was talking to me, though obviously he was not, and it could be imagination, but I don't believe that it was imagination. But he said that I'm here for you. You know, like I've been sent to this planet for you. And I know this may sound so silly, and people will be like, what is she talking about? But the truth is, I believe that he exists for me. Like, I think he's come here to guide me. I think he has come here to make me a better person. I think he's come here for me to make tough choices in my life. And I'm so thankful and grateful that he's changed my life completely.
I can imagine. They have so much to teach us.
So much. Like small things, from patience to the bigger things.
To love, to compassion, to that
Unconditional love.
Exactly.
My good God.
I mean, this one, if I come home, you know, even at 2 o'clock in the morning from a party or whatever, you just want your bed, you just want to sleep. And he'll be like, no, you're here, now it's time to play.
Yeah.
Maybe we would go down for a walk. I've done that.
Yeah.
With full makeup on, just throw my heels off and take him down for a walk, because he just climb right up, stare into my face and it's like, okay, you had your party, now it's my party time.
Yeah.
I've done that.
I know what you're talking about. Like, I've come back from a shoot, like, so initially when Sky was not in my life and I would go to Bombay to shoot and come back to Gurgaon, I would stay in Bombay for another 5 days, meet my friends and chill and do my thing and then come back. Now, I'm timing it. Shoot खत्म हो गया क्या? रात को मैं flight लेके आ सकती हूँ? नहीं होगा. I will wake up at 3 in the morning after a long 12-hour shift to reach here at 5 so that I see him before he goes for his morning walk. So I'm like,
Motherhood is not easy.
तुमने क्या कर दिया मुझे? What have you done to me? Like, I don't know what this is. And the best part is it's ever evolving, ever growing, and it's becoming bigger and bigger. Like, the love is just growing so much.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. Okay, let's talk now about your other baby. Your latest baby.
Yes.
The Immersion Room. What inspired you to start the Immersion Room project?
So, a lot of things, but very simple. Like, in Bombay, everything was very close by for me. Whether it was pottery, whether it was my dance class, whether it was going to a theatre group, and you know, I had friends, we had a community, we had a group of performers, we would meet, jam, create pieces, improvise. The energy is beautiful, and whatever said and done, people perform and were into playing instruments, or they have a different energy once the process begins, right? And to be a part of that kind of a symphony is like a high by itself. I loved doing it. I always look forward to those kind of meetings and rendezvous. I just felt a major vacuum over here in Gurgaon after moving, because I did do the trips to Mandi House, to Delhi, traveling, spending 2 hours going by metro and coming back, and I did try to find something in and around where we stay, and there wasn't much, like, and I had to really travel to get these experiences. And that's when one morning I woke up and I discussed this with my husband. I said, "Yeah, बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा है. Like, I can't keep going to Bombay
To get my
to dance for dance class. I can't be doing that." So he was like, "Hey, there has to be places." I said, "Yeah, there are places, but they're still far away, you know. Nothing that's extremely accessible." And also I felt that I was not getting access to the best teachers or facilitators, and I was like, how do I bridge this just for myself? It came from a very personal cause, right? Like I was doing it for myself. I was looking for energy healers, for therapists, for maybe a dance class or what, but all this for myself. And then suddenly my husband said, "Okay, kuch nahi hai, so you start something." And it was something. We didn't know what it was. We just knew that we want to start something where people meet, where people communicate, where people feel, right? Or where you can build something, or you feel the freedom to create something beautiful.
So I feel it's not just that you created a space, you created an emotional connection, a landscape which can fill that emotional need not only for you yourself, but I think for people in and around.
Absolutely. For me, the space is about. So if you have been to the immersion room, obviously, but for those who haven't, the immersion room is a beautiful little light gray box, and we kept it as minimal as possible because we believe that we want people to come in and fill their color in the space. It's not about us, it's about them. So whether it's the facilitator or whether it's someone who's coming for their own creative process to learn, to create, or to listen, or to vibe, fill in your own colors. And that's when you leave with your own personal experience. So we're not imposing anything on you. You're creating your own jam over here. And yeah, you're taking that home with you.
Wow, that's very profoundly put. How do you think physical spaces can affect mental and emotional states?
I think I read this somewhere that like if you want to be a winner, create the environment of a winner around you. Okay, and that has always stayed with me. So I really think people call it aesthetics nowadays. It's termed as aesthetics, so you
Vatavaran.
Yeah, right. But it's real. You and I both know that when you enter a space, or you'll feel the vibe, you'll feel the energy, and it is very important that if you are what do you say? If you're trying to create a wellness space, or you're trying to create, for that matter, create maybe a choreography or a musical piece, the environment has to support you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it has to make you disconnect from the noise and the chaos outside and help you connect with yourself. It has to make you immerse your mind, body, and soul. And every time we made something in the immersion room, these were our principles that we follow. Is it going to create this for our people? Is it going to make them shut out the noise? Is it going to make them connect with who they really are? There is no telephone signal when you enter the immersion room. You'll never see somebody on their phone or engaged replying to any message. And that's just how we cut out the noise and the chaos of the outside. When you walk into the immersion room, you suddenly feel like you're submerging into an experience, and that's why we selected where we want to be in phase 1, because as you start climbing the stairs downwards, you'll feel this release of something, of baggage maybe, and you're entering a space that's pulling you into completely surrendering yourself. So everything has been designed accordingly.
She's already answered the questions before I've even asked her.
But I'll tell you, for me, why the name immersion room, and why I'm so hell-bent on, and I use words like immerse and create. When I thought of the immersion room, even before we called it the immersion room, a lot of various brainstorming happen with friends and family, mostly my girlfriends, who have been extremely supportive on this journey. But every time someone would ask me that, what is the thought behind the name? What do you want? Like, you know, what is your target audience? And all these questions that they ask business heads. So I was like, yeah, I don't know about all of that, but I'll tell you what I would like, right? There's a method to prayer when you enter a temple. I'm a practicing Hindu. So when I enter a temple, there are certain rituals that you follow. You ring a bell, you go in, you light incense sticks, you draw your offering flowers, you pray, there's an idol, you worship, then you have prasad. What is happening in the process is that you're actually activating all your five senses. And when you activate all your five senses, your sixth sense is activated automatically. When your sixth sense is activated, prayer is speaking to God, but meditation is listening to Him. When your sixth sense is activated, He will talk to you. You're immersed in prayer. My whole idea of creating the immersion room was whether you're creating art, whether you're creating a symphony, or whether you're creating music, whatever it may be, whether you're healing someone, your senses are open, or your five senses are open, and you're actually indulging in a form of worship. And hence the name, the immersion.
And I must congratulate you, because everything that you've just said, I have felt it from the first time when I walked into the immersion room and I went down. And I as I told you, I'm actually always a little apprehensive about basements. But you have managed to create a beautiful, immersive space with minimalistic designs. She's answered all my questions. So everything, it shows the love, the care, the thought behind. You have put it actually into action, and you actually feel it as you walk in. I have led one of the most amazing sessions with you. It's also because you're a beautiful person and you've created a beautiful space. So I have to congratulate you once again on that. Guys who of you are in and around Gurgaon, you have to come to the immersion room because it really, really, truly is a beautiful place. And how I felt when I was walking down the stairs, you said leaving behind baggage, it's like walking away from the noise.
Yes.
Despite being in one of the busiest marketplaces, you walk through that door and you really don't feel it. You don't feel it. You actually feel that as if you try. And this is without anything else, just the physical space that you have created. So congratulations. What are the kind of events and collaborations that you've done so far, and what is it that you want to, what you haven't done as yet and you want to do?
So various wellness programs created with beautiful facilitators. We've done aerial hammock, womb healing, sound healing sessions, cacao ceremonies, various kind of sound baths with visual projections. I mean, immersion room, yes, we also have projection mapping, which is very, very interesting, where we create beautiful visuals so people completely surrender to whatever they're seeing in front of them. So all of that. We also host music concerts and events. I love celebrating our classical Indian music, and I feel that is something that's very close to my heart. I also really want to introduce versatile arts in Gurgaon, in this area. We have Kalari Payattu. We flew down an instructor from Bombay to come here and teach Kalari.
Wow.
Yes. So everything that's different, that's versatile, I've tried over here. And the best part is that, Gurgaon is ready for it.
Actually,
Gurgaon is ready for it.
Right. That's true.
They're loving it. I can tell. I've received so much love in the past 1 month that it's taken me by surprise, to be very honest. I didn't see it coming. I just knew, I just created everything for my selfish purpose. Like, I'll get this workshop and I will do the workshop. I'll get this workshop, but I will do this workshop. I will get this therapist and I will also take part in the
Session.
session.
How successful have you been in that?
Never. It's never happened.
In my session, she was only stressing about whom to cover, where to put the pillows, where to do this, where to do that. She could not sit for more than 5 minutes, I think, in the 2 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that panned out.
It did not, but like I said, I've surrendered to it. I'm like, how, baby? I'm just the instrument, right? Like, this had to come here.
That's what
It had to happen over here.
We all are mediums for
I'm
something.
just a medium. मुझे ये सब करना था. I thought it's for me, but he was like, it's not just for you. It's
Giving back to the
giving
community.
back.
Yes.
Giving back.
Which is, I think, so important
Yes.
as part of our journey.
Absolutely.
Future, where do you see the immersion room over the next couple
I have a lot
years?
of plans for this space. I don't know if I should talk about it. Or
No,
not.
no.
Don't talk about it.
No, please.
No,
Just a broad idea, not specifics.
but I really do want to take wellness to a different level. I do want, when I created the immersion room, and every time I've curated an event for whether it's sound, whether it's aerial, whether for me, the space does, for me, it makes me happy when two things happen, right? When my people who come in, when my clients who come in, when they leave with something, when they leave feeling better, when they leave like someone's pressed a reset button, or when they leave with, you can see them radiate a certain amount of joy. That gives me immense amount of happiness. And the second thing that gives me immense amount of happiness is that when a practitioner or a facilitator walks in and is inspired by the space and wants to do a session with it, I just want to make it easy for both the parties, for facilitators and for people who are looking for such kind of experiences. I've had women come up to me and hold my hand and say, thank you so much for opening the space, because when I would say that I want to do maybe a sound bath or I want to do a meditation, my family would laugh at me and think I'm stupid or silly because I'm doing some kind of woo-woo stuff, right? Stuff. But when I came here and I sat amongst 15, 16 other people who
Sharing the same kind of
sharing the
kindness.
same kind of thoughts and facing maybe the same issues, and also looking for a place to let go and creating a safe space, I found it over here. And thank you, because I found like-minded people. And so I'm just gonna give you a shorter answer for that. That's the emotion that I'm going to build on. I want to create spaces that where women and men and everyone feels safe, have a place to express themselves, and don't end up feeling stupid or not believing in woo-woo stuff.
That's a beautiful answer. If someone wanted to create a healing space for themselves at home, what is the one thing that you would tell them to start with?
I think the most important thing is declutter. Just declutter your space. And do it with your own two hands. Don't get someone else to do it. Clean your own space.
So I will add to that, declutter not only your space around you, but declutter within your own self. And I think the tip that she's given, that do it with your own hands, will help with decluttering in both aspects.
Yes.
Inside and outside. Okay, let's come back to Priyanka. Balancing all the various facets of her identity.
Oh my God, there is no balance.
There's no
I don't
balance.
think there's balance. I don't work in a very organized manner, and I'm not good with anyone giving me instructions. Literally, no one.
She's a Leo. She's a Leo. She's a Leo.
You can't tell me what to do. I'm that person. You can't. You can't tell me what to do. I have. I'm like, what do you say? Organized chaos. I'm that person. So if there are days when I probably plan the next day, but in the morning I've got this feeling and this inkling that's like, "He nahi karna, wo karna hai." And I'm someone who completely goes with my intuition. It may make no logical sense, and analytically it may all be wrong, but I'm like, to hell with all of this. I'm just going to do what my heart says. That's it.
It's so amazing that you're able to do it and you follow it. That is so beautiful.
Yes.
So kudos to you for doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah. How do you define yourself today?
I think I feel good about myself. I feel like for me, the immersion room coming together and just being able to have a space where I can explore my own creativity and things that like I probably disliked doing at some point or the other. I had completely embraced it, and I'm doing it with all my heart. It gives me immense amount of joy and happiness. And I have a very simple rule in life that if I'm not happy doing something, I'm not going to do it. Simple.
Future. Where is Priyanka headed? The actor, the model, the entrepreneur, the creator, the dancer. I mean, where?
No, there's no plan. I've never worked with a plan.
Go with the flow?
I go with the flow. I sometimes get like I have an idea of where I want to be, but I let the road appear on its own. I'm not someone who's so... I don't care.
Okay, wonderful. We have a very interesting rapid fire round.
Oh my God.
As I said, you're not getting any coffee hampers here, but just a little fun
It's just for fun.
Okay. One word that describes you on stage as a dancer or a performer versus you in real life. One word.
Versus dramatic.
Ooh, well, I like that. Your favorite role or performance moment as an actor so far?
I did an ad with Priyanka Chopra, directed by Tejal Patni. That was by far one of my most favorite performances.
Two Priyankas?
Yes.
Oh. Modeling shoots or movie sets?
Modeling shoots.
If your dog could describe you in one word, what would he say?
Overbearing.
Okay. The vibe of Immersion Room?
Serene.
I love that. Your guilty pleasure snack after a long shoot, rehearsal, or a long day. I know.
Dal khichdi.
That's not guilty pleasure, yeah.
But that's my guilty pleasure. After anything that I do where I feel I've achieved something, I go home and I'm like, dal khichdi khao. That's my... I will go to a 5-star and order dal khichdi. I'll be like, mujhe dal khichdi chahiye.
No, okay, fine. Who inspires you more, performer, a designer, or a healer? सोच के जवाब देना.
So subjective.
सोच के जवाब देना.
चल आप हो तो healer बोल दूँगी मैं. Honestly, it's the person actually. I can't say whether it's a I know this is a rapid fire, but I'll quickly say this. There are some of these performers who I absolutely love, but when I worked with them, I'm like, I don't want to work with you ever again. Right?
Okay.
So it's the person.
Okay. Last one. If you could have anyone walk into the immersion room tomorrow, who would it be?
You know, my husband, who has not done a single session at the immersion room. This is an open invitation on camera live. Hey, Amin. Why don't you join us for a session?
I absolutely love that. And that was our rapid fire with Priyanka. I think we need to take a break because both of us can't stop laughing. But that was a lovely insight into what she really truly feels. And the one person she wants there, after even doing shoots with Priyanka Chopra in their life, is her husband. Amit, you really need to listen to this now. I was supposed to do a 2-minute grounding ritual. I can't do it anymore. We shall do it at some other time. But thank you, Priyanka.
Thank you, Payal.
No, seriously, it's not a mutual admiration society.
No, but it is. Like, I know you've said a lot about me through this session, but I really want to share with you. The day you walked into my studio was a very rough day for me, actually. I was having a very bad day. Maybe I can't show it when people walk in, but just because one of those days, right? And I was exhausted. Before you walked in, I was ready to pack and go home and go to sleep. I was really tired, exhausted. And I'm like, miss nahi hoga aaj. Main ja rahi hu. And then you walked in and you sat with me for not more than 3 minutes. And you did the tiniest meditation for 3 minutes. And I don't know what you did in those 3 minutes, but it gave me so much energy. I worked like a boss till 9 in the night, and I felt refreshed. And I don't have words to describe what I felt, but I was ready. I was like, I can take anything on right now. Mountain now, I will climb it. So I don't know what you did, but you're one of the best I've met.
Oh,
I just have to say it.
Thank you. And that is the inner shift. You felt the inner shift.
I felt the inner shift.
You felt the inner shift.
Absolutely. I felt it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words, Priyanka. And thank you for the space that you've given all of us. It's really a beautiful studio. So all of you who do not, please follow the Immersion Room on Instagram. Subscribe and follow the Inner Shift, Eka by Payal. And if you have anything to ask this mammoth talent full of lady or me, please message us. Thank you so much.
And I'll see you soon. Thank you.